You're listening to the RV Transport Podcast. I'm Tom, the driver.
And I'm Bunny, the sandwich maker.
And we invite you to join us on our journey in the industry of RV transporting, towaway, and drive-away.
So make sure you subscribe to our podcast and also TowawayCouple.com, where you can see our videos and other resources on RV transport.
So enjoy the show. Welcome to TowawayCouple. I'm Tom, the driver.
And I'm Bunny, and I'm the passenger today.
She is the passenger. So this podcast, we are going to be doing our podcast because we're getting ready to head to Jamaica.
We are. So we are driving to North Carolina.
So we're going to try to preempt the podcast for the next 3 weeks.
Yes. We're going to cheat a little.
Yeah, and we just bought some new microphones.
So we can do this in the truck now.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't have so much background noise.
Right. So they're cute. They're so little and cute.
They're little and cute. They're a wireless system. Expensive little wireless system.
Yeah, but you know what? Hey, one thing that's nice about having them in the truck, too, is if something comes up that we want to talk about right away, we can just plug in.
Because everyone wants to hear what we have to say.
Of course.
So this podcast is going to be about why do we do videos for YouTube and podcasts when the industry's so slow?
Right. And there's a great answer for that one.
Because we have nothing better to do?
Well, that too. Because we're slow like everybody else, so there's nothing better to do. But no, there's still people out there that are looking to get into the industry that are gonna wait until the slowdown, and they just need to know where to go and what to do, because trying to find information is like pulling teeth sometimes.
Right. So why are we still? I got some messages, and why are we still doing it when there's no trailers to be pulled?
Because we like to talk.
Because we like to talk. But no, realistically, this isn't going to last forever.
No.
It's going to end, and people that are looking to get into it today, I got Bama wanting on my lap. People wanting to get into it today, typically they don't just get into it. It takes them a couple weeks, couple months.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of people that I've accepted into our group lately that are going to retire in the next year or two. So now they're looking to find out what they need to do and what they need to purchase before they hit the road.
And one thing that always kind of blows me away is I understand the frustration. I understand people are upset. Everybody in RV transport should either have saved enough money because they did talk about the slowdowns in orientations, but also have a backup plan.
Well, and, people are upset, but, there's really no reason why anybody should be upset, because, like you said, we were all informed of it. One company let us know for sure, hey, pull all these horrible runs for us now and do us favors now, and we'll remember you in the future.
Did that work out for us?
No, because we no longer pull for them.
No, we have heard where companies have asked people to do favors, and then when it came time to do favors back, miraculously they don't remember.
Right, but
the driver pulling those crappy loads.
But one thing with Starfleet is they have been letting us know since early on that things were going to get slow, and so we get weekly updates.
We get daily updates.
But as far as when they find out, they let us know. So it's definitely keeping us informed all along. But we have all had the same indications, the same warnings hopefully from your company, or from just being on social media and finding out from other people that, yeah, there is a slowdown coming, so you better prepare for it.
Well, we're hoping for the pickup to come back a little faster. We heard the Hershey show was pretty good. Pete's RV sold a record number of units at 208 for the Hershey show this year, and last year they sold 170-ish. So that hopefully is a sign of the times.
Yeah.
And we're being told not to expect much until mid-January. Mid-January. So yeah, we signed the lease on our apartment, and we're hoping and praying that it does turn around, because while we're pretty debt free and we have other jobs and other sources of income, it doesn't mean that the apartment's free.
No. And we did take on a new truck payment last year, so that kind of threw a whole wrench in the whole system. So as far as us, yeah, we're not as prepared as we would have liked to have been too. So, and everybody's in the same boat. I've known of hearing of people sitting for weeks in their truck waiting for a dispatch in Elkhart.
Right. So what I've been starting to do is I'm going through some of our older YouTube videos. We have a Facebook group called RV Transport Group for New People. Mm-hmm. And it's a great source, because a lot of people have been on the other transport groups, and you ask a question and they feel that, oh my God, it's been asked 50,000 times, so we're just going to burn you at the stake for asking the same question. In our group, we don't tolerate rude behavior. We'll delete, ban. So a lot of people join our group because they feel less anxiety. Check out that car. Less anxiety about posting questions, because they don't know if it's been asked 50 times. They're brand new to the industry. They haven't started pulling yet. So, and yeah, you could search, but how many people have joined the group since those posts were made that can offer more current or updated or more positive advice?
Right. But I forgot where I was going with that.
Well, that's not good.
No.
So we figured we'd start posting the videos, our previous videos, because we've been doing videos for over 2 years.
Right. And like we said, we got into it, started doing the videos because we couldn't find any information. So we know that there's people sitting at home in the same predicament that we were in 2 years ago, and they really want to do it, but they don't know where to go. They don't know the information. So this is the best source that people can give them. People like us, the Transport Bandits, High Mileage Helper. There's so many out there.
Hustle, Haul, and Tow. There's a lot of YouTubers out there. I haven't looked really for RV Transport Podcast. I think there was one or so, but I haven't seen any content. So maybe someone started it and never actually got it going.
Right, so that's why we still continue to do this.
Now, why do we do podcast? Because we can ramble on and talk. We're on a video, we got the attention span of like 8 to 10 minutes of people, and then they turn us off. Or podcasts, they can listen to us in their car, truck, at the gym, right, wherever they're at.
As they're driving.
So we're hoping that the podcast, we can talk a little more in detail on a lot of stuff.
Yes. So we definitely can, because like we said before, we know how to talk. We like to talk.
Right, and we're trying to give you more than just an hour of podcast about one subject. So we're going to break our podcast into hopefully about 15-minute segments, so we can talk about different topics, because there is a lot to talk about in the RV transport industry where, yeah, we could do a podcast every day for an hour and just ramble on, but we have lives and we have jobs and we have other things we got to do. So we figured we'd try to get out a 45-minute to an hour podcast every Thursday.
Right. Exactly. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And so just keep listening, because we're going to keep rambling every week.
Yeah, and I told Bunny she can't look over at me because the microphones on these are directional.
Oops.
So if she fades in and fades out, guess what she's doing?
Well, let me give you background on that. Tom is 80% deaf. So the only way that he can hear me is he has to read lips. So I always turn to face him when I'm talking, so it's just out of habit.
Yeah, but I have hearing aids now, and I've had hearing aids for how long? 15 years?
Yep, but it's still habit.
It's still a habit that you haven't broken after 36 years. All right, how much time we've been talking?
Oh, we've been talking this one about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So anyway, we've been being asked, how come we're doing videos and podcasts when it's so slow? Why are we encouraging people? We are not encouraging anybody to get into RV transport at all. We do not care one way or the other if you decide to do this or not. Our videos and podcasts are just if you decide to do it. Hopefully, our uphill struggles will make it easier for you. It doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just how we navigated doing RV transport. And we tell people all the time, ask 5 other people. Don't just take our word for it. And as much as a lot of people seem to think that we're getting rich off of doing this, ask any YouTuber or podcaster. We could probably go to dinner once a month.
Right.
And we still got to pay out of pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, there are people that get upset because we do the videos and we do the podcast on how to get people can get involved because they think that you're going to come in here and take their loads.
Yeah, they think we're teaching you how to take their job. My thought is, if I do my job right, there's enough for everybody, even during the slowdown. Again, we have backup plans. We don't just rely on one source of income. We don't do that with any job.
I mean, come on, think about it. We're on our way to Florida to take a flight to Jamaica. We're not going to be back until October 20th. So that gives almost a whole month of 2 open spots on the list that somebody can pull trailers.
With us going to Jamaica for 3 weeks, that's 2 less transporters you're competing with for trailers.
Yes, it is.
So we are going to go on to our next discussion that we're going to talk about, and we'll just end this here and we'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Tom, the driver.
And I'm Bunny, and I'm still the passenger.
So we had the honor, and we were excited. We got to meet Jeff and Cheryl, the OG Transport Bandits.
They are the OG Transport Bandits.
Now, everyone can have a CB handle, Transport Bandit, whatever, but they branded Transport Bandits to them with their YouTube channel.
Yes.
And their Instagram.
Right. You know what? We didn't meet Mr. Bones.
I saw Mr. Bones sitting in the truck. He was being antisocial.
He was. He's a little quiet.
He was very quiet. Not like our little yappy Bama.
Right.
Who barks at everybody.
Right. Well, she got to meet people that day, too. But
she did.
No. So we were, we had just left Dan's Hitch, and we were off running errands.
We're in Mishawaka.
Yes.
About 10 miles away.
When we got a message that they were there.
Yep. So yeah, we got a message. We came right back. It was about 45 minutes later.
Yep.
But we came back and they were there waiting for us, and they I think they were just as excited to meet us as we were them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because you got to understand, if you're not already in the transport business, when you're in Elkhart to pick up or to have something done, you're literally in and you're out.
It was nice that, okay, so a lot of people, it's kind of interesting. A lot of people think YouTubers are competitive. We're really not.
No.
You can subscribe to our channel. If you're on YouTube, it's TowawayCouple. And you can subscribe to Transport Bandits channel. aka Transport Bandits, in case you didn't know what channel name they were. But we all do different things, just like High Mileage Helper. He does a lot of repairs on trucks. Hustle Haul and Tow does haul and tow, multi-haul. But there's a lot of YouTubers that we would love to meet out there.
Mm-hmm.
And Cheryl and Jeff broke our cherry.
They did. They did. They're the first ones that we met.
We were virgins, so we got to meet our first celebrity YouTubers.
Right, and like you said, though, we do completely different. They do the fun side of RV transport.
Now, me and Bunny, our channel, so we do the podcast now because we could talk more about us. We could talk more about different things in the industry, as well as helpful hints and suggestions that we might think could benefit you by passing them on. Transport Bandits kind of does all that on their YouTube, but what they do is they're really good. They give a lot of useful information.
They really do. They do a lot into Canada, so they've done a lot of they've talked a lot of in their videos about what you need to do to go through the borders of Canada, the paperwork that you need, going on the ferries to go to Newfoundland.
Right, they've been to Alaska.
I know, I'm so jealous. So jealous.
But yeah, so they're a wealth of knowledge when it comes to going the long distance.
Yeah.
But
when you can't get a ferry back to the mainland and you got to drive through Labrador.
And the nice thing is everyone knows we are pro Dan's Hitch. We'll go to Dually Depot, we'll go to Ace Hardware for stuff for our trucks and stuff. But if we can all do it, we will always go to Dan's Hitch. And I think Transport Bandits is the same way.
Yes.
They're very pro Dan's Hitch. We're all so pro Dan's Hitch that we're all in there doing videos.
Yeah, they were actually in there getting their new airlift suspension
Should
installed.
we out that? That might be a special video they're doing.
Well, they're going to have to go to that video and watch it now.
They're going to have to go to their YouTube channel and watch their videos.
But they did some other things in Dan's Hitch that we haven't done. So you definitely got to go there and watch that.
Right. Like we did our walk around with RV transport equipment, and we recently just did our review of the Blue Ox weight distribution hitch. But the nice thing is we had Dan the man.
We did.
Actually showing people how to hook up a weight distribution hitch. And that is the nice thing about doing the videos at Dan's Hitch. Obviously it helps them because people will know where they're at, who they are, and gives them a reference point, but they're so helpful when it comes to us creating content.
Right. It helps us and it helps them. And it helps you all too to see exactly what you can get there and all the wonderful people you can meet there.
Now, we talked to Transport Bandits in length, and we kind of agree that we all have the same pitfalls when it comes to time.
Yes.
You know, the doing the videos, doing the podcast, we don't ask anything of anybody, and it does take a lot of time to put these together.
Right, because you have to, like with them, they got to go back through because they're filming as they go.
Oh my God, they must have tens and hundreds of hours of video footage to break it down into a 30-minute video.
Yeah. Definitely a lot more work than what we'd want to get into.
Cheryl said that a lot of times when Jeff's driving, she's going through and picking out the video and doing a lot of her edits and everything, but she's doing it all on her phone.
I know. It's crazy.
You know how hard that is?
I know.
I at least have my computer. We do a lot of stuff at home. Most of our stuff is at home because we don't really, when we're driving, we're talking on the radio or we're talking to each other, but I guess we're not in video mode.
No. You know what? We've tried to shoot videos in the car and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
We look like we gained 100 pounds.
I know.
Because the camera is like
right,
wide angle, so it blows you up. And another thing is we were talking to the Transport Bandits about is we've gotten a lot of requests to do scenery and adventures and stuff like that. And I don't want to take away from anyone. We thought about doing that when we first started doing it, but I think it was just easier to be more helpful advice and get on, do the helpful advice, and then get off, throw some pictures up. And that way people can navigate RV transport a little bit easier.
Exactly. You know, we are going to start carrying our GoPro with us too, though, in case, you know, we run into situations or something that we need them. I mean, we're heading to Florida right now, which is probably insane because we're going right ahead of Ian, the hurricane, getting ready to barrel down on Florida.
We're hoping to fly out.
We're hoping to fly out on Thursday, but the hurricane's supposed to come in on Wednesday. So, you know what? Guess what? We're going to be running with that GoPro in case we go blowing away.
If there's stuff we can film, we will film it.
Yeah, but they run theirs all the time. And so the scenery that they see is just utterly amazing. And I think definitely for you nature lovers out there, you want to go back through and watch their video that they did on Alaska.
Yeah, that was kind of hardcore. They had a hitch break and the trailer pulled off their truck.
I know.
The pin actually shared in half.
But you talk about things, you know, and that's the great thing is because we all have different circumstances. We've all run into different problems. So it makes it interesting to watch multiple channels.
Right. Yeah, our channel, again, helps people get the equipment, get their 26,000 pound plates. We explain insurance, DOT sleeper burst, stuff like that. Their channel entices you to want to do RV transport because this is the reason why we do it, because we get to drive all over the country and see places we've never seen before, nor would just drive randomly out there just to go to a certain place that's out in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. Or the different, I mean, we're foodies. We like to try different things, the different restaurants that you can go to. Uranus Fudge Factory.
Uranus.
Uranus Fudge Factory. That's probably one of my favorite little roadside attractions.
The best fudge comes from Uranus.
Yes. You let them pack your fudge.
Yeah, I got my fudge packed at Uranus.
But they've got
in Uranus, sorry, not at.
They've got
it's all in context.
I mean, like you said, it's just a cheeky little roadside attraction. They've got a freak show. They've got a goonie golf. They got all kinds of stuff in there. So
right.
So yeah, Jeff and Cheryl.
Our little things don't compare to Jeff and Cheryl's.
I would say Jeff and Cheryl, but I guarantee if when they go there, they're going to cover that whole thing.
Right. You know, ours would. You know. I've always wanted to just videotape the little sex shops next to the truck stops and say, this is our adventures.
We're going to the Lion's Den today.
Right? Or what was that? Intimate apparel? Or because you see them along the freeway, but you never see a single car in their parking lot.
No, you don't. You don't. And they're always parked right next to truck stops.
Right. So that was going to be our adventures if we did any, just for shits and grins. You know,
although
I did podcast we can cuss, but you know, we did something I can't remember, and it was on video, and I got put on blast saying, "Hey, this is a family YouTube channel." No, it isn't. No, whoever said that? You're truckers now. If you're a super trucker, man up.
Exactly.
We don't keep it PG.
Heck no.
But yeah, anyway, what time is it?
12 minutes.
All right, so we just want to give a big shout out to Jeff and Cheryl, aka the Transport Bandits. Probably made our whole month meeting you guys. You guys were so friendly and fun, and like us, you guys are just extremely helpful to the RV transport community.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what, for everybody out there listening, if you have the chance to meet any YouTubers or anything like that, don't be shy. Go right up and introduce yourselves, because we absolutely love to meet people that listen to our content.
That's one thing me and Cheryl were talking about, is how cool is it, and because we go to Dan's Hitch all the time, how cool is it when you go somewhere, Walmart or a restaurant, and people will come up to you and say, I subscribe to your channel, or I watch all your videos, or stuff like that. That is the most flattering thing you can do, is approach us and let us know you watch us, because we have no idea.
Right.
I mean, we can see views, but we can't see you.
No. So we have no idea. And
it would be nice to actually meet you.
And it makes us feel good that we know that we're reaching different audiences.
Right, and the excitement we hear from people.
Well, one of the gentlemen that they introduced us to at Dan's Hitch, he's like, hey, I watch you guys all the time, and he goes, oh, and this is Bama.
Yeah, he knew who Bama was.
Yep.
So that tells us he really watches.
Of course, yes.
So Bama's back here somewhere.
No.
Oh, she's down on the floor sleeping, so
Yes.
She's not very talkative today.
Yeah, give it time.
Give it time. She'll turn into a gremlin in a few hours. All right, so we're going to kill this off, and we're going to come right back with another segment.
All right, I guess I'm on.
You are on. You are on the air live with TowawayCouple. I'm Tom, the driver.
And I'm Bunny, and I'm still the passenger.
So we are currently dispatched heading to North Carolina.
Yes, we are. So this is going to be quite the interesting week.
Yes.
We are on our way to North Carolina, and we are on our way to Florida.
Yeah, we're going to be going to Orlando, Florida to see if we could see a hurricane or two.
Two? We don't want two hurricanes. Just one. We don't even really want one.
But then we fly out of Florida, Orlando, to Jamaica,
Yes. So we are going to have the time of our lives, and you can all be jealous.
And you don't have two transporters competing for the same loads.
Exactly.
So we're willing to give up our slots for you.
So you guys go right ahead and start pulling them trailers for us.
Right. But leave a couple for us, because we'll be back October 20th, and then you got competition again.
Yes.
Game on.
Game on.
We don't want to sit around either.
Heck no. We're going to have to make money.
So recently, I mean, not just recently, but
for the past couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking ghost towns right now.
Oh, it's horrible.
So
it's crazy.
Social media last year was peaking. I mean, the posts were flying in 50 an hour, 100 an hour, and a lot of engagement, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of harassing, and a lot of rude people too.
Yes.
But we noticed during the slowdown that it's almost crickets.
It is. And the only thing that you're seeing is, has anybody got any dispatches? Who's hiring?
Yeah. If you hear us jolt, it's because we are driving doing our podcast. We got a new microphone system, so don't worry, we're not distracted. I'm still looking down the road. But yeah, the main question we see is, what company do you work for? Do you have trailers? How much do they pay? And are they hiring?
Yep. That's
okay.
All you're hearing.
All right. So typically people would ask that question when it was peaking, when nobody had competition.
Right.
And people would say, oh, go here, go there. They were all proud of their company. Now, when people ask that question, we ourselves, even though we have a video for Come to Starfleet, we are not encouraging anybody on social media to come to our company to be our next competition for the next load.
No, it's incredibly crazy. In the beginning of the slowdown, people were asking who's hiring and how much you're getting paid so they could jump ship and go to the other company.
We did.
Yes, we did. And you know what? We're right there with everybody else. I mean, there is no favoritism. You sit and you wait for a load just like everybody else does.
Yeah, all you people that think our podcast and YouTube gets us preferential treatment, it does not.
Yeah, no, we sat for 2 weeks too.
Yeah, we sat for 2 weeks. We're on a list just like everybody else. Does our company like what we're doing? Absolutely. They think we are benefiting future RV transporters. They say we put out very good content and very helpful, and we don't hide some of the stuff, but we also don't talk negative either.
Right. So, I mean, if there's definitely things that we feel that need to be talked about, we'll definitely talk about them, but we are not going to slam anybody or put anybody on blast to get content out either. That's not who we are. We try not to be negative in any light.
No. So if you are listening to this podcast, probably now is not the time to ask, does your company have trailers? Are you dispatching? How much per mile, and is your company hiring? It's probably not a good time to ask, and that's mostly because the companies are the real companies, the up and front honest companies are not hiring.
Right. So just definitely hold off till the beginning of the year and then start proceeding at that point.
Right. We saw one where a company wasn't going to be hiring. I think it was Foremost.
Uh-huh.
They weren't going to hire for 7 more weeks minimum.
Right. So you know what? On social media now is the time where we're going to post pictures of any updates that we've done to our truck, or
yeah, you could post about other things. And
pictures of where you're going.
That's what we've been doing.
Uh-huh.
And we just posted our picture of all your luggage.
All my luggage.
Not mine. Your
just
luggage.
Mine. It is.
Because somebody asked, hey, there's Bunny's luggage. Where's yours, Tom?
Your backpack.
I have my backpack. I don't know why Bunny brings all this luggage. I didn't bring a coffee maker this time.
No coffee. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm being
Bunny's
the bad
being
dispatcher.
a backseat driver.
I'm going to take us way off in the wrong direction.
Now,
no.
Definitely join our group, RV Transport Group for New People. Just be positive. You can pose questions. Better yet, I mean, if you're new and never done this before, if you see stuff on there and you don't have a full answer, ask a new question, specifically generating engagement towards what you're looking for, because that's how social media works. Mm-hmm. And then somebody sees yours and then sees the replies and then says, oh, you know what? Now I have a question in that type of realm, and they'll post a question. But just because it's slow for all the RV transporters that are actually in the business today, doesn't mean you who are looking to do this in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now shouldn't be getting as much information as you can. And things change all the time.
But one of the things, though, too, is you need to put out as much information as possible. So if you ask a question, kind of put it in detail. Don't just say,
Don't. Okay, so remember, you're asking people to take a time out of their lives to help you. So when I see people like, what's the best auxiliary tank? And go. What does that mean?
Well,
say, hey, I have a short bed and I don't currently have a fifth wheel, but I may get a fifth wheel. What would you recommend for an auxiliary tank? Oh, and by the way, it's a Ram Mega Cab. That has a difference.
It has a difference.
Or King Cab, or as much information as possible. So that way, when people are writing back, they feel like they're having a conversation as opposed to giving up free advice.
Well, that
or
and
free info.
the one that we hear a lot is, how do I get my 26,000 plate? Well, what state do you live in?
Right.
Because it's different in every state.
It is literally different in every state.
As is your commercial insurance.
Right. So, yeah, if you post a question, but then give as much detail about you, your truck, or anything that pertains to the question. And that would probably get you a lot more engagement.
Right.
We just seen one where the guy says he's getting ready to retire. He listed his whole truck. And he asked for opinions and comments.
And I think he's got like 75 replies.
Yeah. So, but where somebody says, I have a truck, will haul, who do I call? I hear crickets.
Yep. Now, one of the reasons why we started our group, RV Transporters for New People, is because there are so many other groups out there. And if you ask a question like that, you're going to get, just Google it.
Yeah.
Or, oh no, not this
I don't
question.
allow just Google it in our group. If I see just Google it, I will delete that post. We don't censor so much as we just don't want I don't want to say the word stupid, but bad advice. And yeah, you can Google it, but that's why they're there. They Googled something and it brought them to our videos, Transport Bandits videos, this podcast, the RV transport groups. They probably started on Google to begin with. So I really hate when people say Google it, because it's common sense obvious.
Boy, I did a trigger on that one, didn't I?
Yeah, because it does nothing. The whole point of social media is to be social and to help people and to engage, not just shut the conversation off and say, just Google it. Conversation over, mic drop, be out of here. That's the way it feels.
I know that.
So yeah, I get worked up because that's every other group, not ours.
That's how passionate you are in what you believe in.
Exactly. Okay, I'll calm down.
You're going to calm down now.
My rant's over.
Okay. Yeah. Talk about trigger alert.
Although we've gotten a couple messages because we do block people. We occasionally will get a message with a screenshot of another group where they might have talked about us, and then part of the last one I saw was how we blocked them and they can listen to us and not hurt their feelings, but we block them so they don't have a voice. Again, it's social media. It's not a debate media. We don't need to debate every little single topic out there.
Well, and the thing that gets me is, do you think I blocked you just because you said something that might have hurt our feelings? No, we blocked you because we know that you're talking about us on other channels.
Or we blocked you because you were rude to somebody else.
So why should we even give you access to our social media?
Exactly. So yeah, why? I mean, I've seen people where they've asked questions in other groups. We don't post so much in the other groups because of the triggering. Yeah. But I have seen where someone asked a question, and when I see a lot of people, it's a mob mentality. And when one person's rude, it opens up the floodgates for everybody to be rude. Yep. And I don't even want them part of us. I don't want any affiliation. I don't want them to see us. I don't want to see them. So I block a lot of people based on what they comment to other people. It has no engagement with us whatsoever. It's just I think I'd rather just have positive people in my life.
Right. And and a lot of people say, well, if you can't handle it, you got to have thick skin. No, you don't have to have thick skin.
You don't.
And you can be nice to people, whether they're the same as you or not.
You don't have to be nice to people. You just have to scroll.
Yeah, you don't even have to reply.
You don't have. I mean, we reply, but we always reply in a positive manner.
Yes.
And I've seen people go, oh, God, they're replying again. Well, that's because we may help that person.
Yep.
Just because we reply to a lot of people doesn't mean that it should trigger anybody. It just means we love social media. But yeah, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, a lot of that has just slowed down to a crawl.
Yeah, well, you get triggered because social media marketing might be your background.
It is my marketing. So if you know, you know, but I do websites and social media marketing for another company that both me and Buddy work for.
Yes.
And so I take social media very seriously as not only a tool, but also just a stress release.
Correct.
And
all means of social media.
Right. I mean, Bunny just posted out about a phone thing because we're with Verizon and it's been getting a little spotty lately. And she asked about T-Mobile.
Correct.
And we got a lot of great feedback saying, don't go to T-Mobile.
Yep. So guess what? I guess we're going to stick with Verizon.
We're going to stick with Verizon. But they didn't just say, don't go T-Mobile because I said so.
They gave us the reasons why.
They gave us their reasons of why they did not like the service. So I always say when you answer somebody on social media, if there are some that are one-word answers, but there's other times where details would explain it. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean be all, it's that, nothing else. Give a reason why you don't like something. Give them a reason to decide if they don't like it or if they'll choose to try it based off of your reasoning.
Exactly. Give people something to, where's my word? Think of my words. Engage with you on.
A positive engagement.
Yes.
Okay, so with that, our social media is
RV Transporters for New People.
And that's a Facebook group.
Yes, it is.
Yes, we do have several questions, and we do deny a lot of people because we really don't want fake profiles on there.
No, and you can also follow us on TowawayCouple.
That's on Facebook,
yes,
Instagram, and Twitter. TowawayCouple, all one word. Just search it, and you'll find it in each of those platforms. YouTube, go to youtube.com and it's TowawayCouple and TowawayCouple.com. So if you have any questions or if you think we should do a podcast about something or a video, go to TowawayCouple.com. We do have a contact us link. We always say that people contact us in every social media, and sometimes it's hard to keep up, but we do our best to reply to everybody.
Yes, we do.
So until then, we're going to wrap this podcast up.
Yes, and I guess we will see you down the road.
We'll see you down the road.